let's move on, man. And let's get with the shits, brothers, because Prem Footy is back. The W Hotel's open again. And let's start with the season opener. Brentford v Arsenal. Under the lights. Brentford ended up beating Arsenal 2-0 as Arsenal showed up, to their defense. No Laka and no Yang, if that is a defense. Monya, for me, prior to the game, based on preseason and everything, not just you guys, but just other Arsenal fans as well, I sensed the air of like nervousness, an air of like I don't know what's gonna happen against Brentford. Obviously, an heritage club like Arsenal should always be confident, always revel playing against the just promoted side. Ashford first game of the season. Do you feel like the players had that same nervousness about them as well?
I don't know what it is, mate, because what you said is correct. Like, the build-up to this game, it was just like, everyone just knew, like, Friday the 13th, Brentford, first game in the Premier League, new stadium, all the fans are back in,
it was
under the lights. It's just, I don't know what, do you know what it is, right? And it upsets me to say this. You be saying, like, oh, Spursy, like, this is now, Arsenal are going to have their own nickname. I don't know what it is, but that is what it is, because you just know into the game, teams will know how to beat Arsenal. Remember, was it Brentford that one night when we got knocked out the whatever cup it was, Carling Cup, whatever. It's just a disappointment. And you know what? Let's not take away from Brentford. They played really well. And from previous pods, I think you guys have heard me how much I rate Brentford as a club. For what we did, I really don't know. And what's more worrying is that you should be setting the pace of the season. We've now got Chelsea, next at home and Man City away. You beat Brentford, you go in with some confidence.
At least 3 points as well.
Yeah. But now we've lost. It's just like, boy, I don't really know what's going to happen. It's just not what you want, really. But it's what's become of Arsenal, unfortunately. And it's what we're getting used to as fans. Where we go next, I don't really know, man. So credit to Brentford, but just a typical Arsenal. Like, it's just no. Like, I don't know what it is in our DNA now.
It's a joke, Minya. That's what we're actually a joke. The performance was poor. Do you know what? It's the same thing from last year. To be fair, I'll say this out because obviously they obviously were the first Prem game. They're obviously gonna love it. To be honest, they're always gonna play well. And the crowd's with crowds being back, the crowd's gonna get on top of us and blah blah and all of that. But for us not to even like create a clear cut chance here, to not even, it feels like every 50-50 they were getting there first. It felt like every header they were getting to their first. Ben White, I guarantee you didn't even win. There was not one aerial duel he won at all.
Yeah, but Mitch, you're right when you're saying that, but you can't be attacking Ben White because the club.
No. I was going to go player for player. I was actually going to go player for player. I was going to start with Ben White. So Ben White, 50-50s, he ain't one. Right back Chambers, he's giving away the balls at silly areas, and he just is not a first team right back for Arsenal.
That's your man, though.
He's not. No. I'm going to go.
That's your boy, dog.
I'm going player for player. So Mari, he's slow off the pace, slow on the turn. He's not good enough. Not good enough to be a starting centre back anyway. And Tierney, I would say, obviously, a very good player. He deserves more. Xhaka, again, slow on the turn. Lokonga, obviously, it's his first Prem game. I'm not going to judge him off that. Smith Rowe was the only shining light in that whole game. I
thought it was Saka, to be honest, when he came.
Do you know what? Yeah, but then Saka came later on. Pepe, 70 million. I still to this day don't understand why we paid 70 million. Martinelli, obviously, he's come back off the international break, but again, he's not the same. He hasn't got that same sort of energy as he had. I actually prefer Martinelli when he plays in the central. And if you remember, in the Europa League days, he was always coming off central. So I think there's a lot that needs working on. And I was always before saying, give Arteta time. But I think at the moment, it's not looking good for him. I think if he loses the next two games for me, and we show that level of performance, there's only one way that we need to go forward with, and that's to let him go.
I don't know if you lot have seen or read, but this came out today actually. Apparently, Arteta's training start is too intense.
Yeah, I read this.
Which baffles me. Like, you're professional footballers, you should be able to handle a simple training regime, whether it's too intense or whatnot. It just then shows where our mindset is. Oh no, it's too much work. We can't do it, and that just sums us up. Going into the game, like Mitchell just said there, because I don't want to take too much time because we could be here forever. You're right, Mitchell. Ben White could not even win a header, but what did we do to deal with that? Nothing. And this is when then I kind of have to speak to Arteta, like, what are you doing? Every ball, Ivan Toney was winning it, right? Then you need to set, like, look, you need to just get one person to drop deep or just do something and react. But you know what frustrates me the most was the second goal we conceded. For those that have not seen it, obviously it was a long throw into the box. We couldn't deal with it, right? But when you watch it back, and I know some of us have played a good level of football, but Sunday League football, I've seen better defending on a Sunday League football.
I swear.
Leno is complaining because, and this is what I do as well. I get on the fucking keeper. You get on him, you piss him off, but you simply have to get one of your players in between the keeper and the opposition
that
players.
bounce, Ben White, bro.
Leno was just there stuck, and I just don't like what must they be doing at training?
Munya, you know this one is to me it was really simple watching it. It's leadership, because like exactly what you said. One of those things is the leader takes command and
someone going to take him away from the keeper.
Yeah. Moves people around and make sure no one's on the keeper, or if someone is on the keeper, you move them in some sort of way. It's nothing about ability. It's
but
literally
the scary thing for me is. Sorry, go on, Kenya.
No, that's it. It's so simple to watch, but you just like
the scary thing for me is with that situation is surely someone of leadership just sees that and be this is the problem.
Leno needs to say something, no?
Yeah, someone's got to say something.
Not someone. Bruv, if you're a keeper and someone's onto you,
get him away from me.
Tell someone, you say, look, bro, this guy's onto me, get him off. That's what you do. Bro,
let me move on. And I know obviously it's early doors and nothing's been decided in game week 1. But
to say.
hold on, Tabs. But Jake, do you reckon the writing's on the wall for this Arsenal team? Just based on last season, pre-season, and the L against Brentford, are they generally better than the teams that finished above them last season?
Well, I think we have to take into consideration. I'm not going to defend Arsenal because they should have won on Friday night, but that was a season opener for Arsenal. For Brentford, that was their first game in the top league for 77 years. Like, you saw the occasion and you saw the power of the fans. Like, that wasn't any old game for them. Like, old men were crying over that.
But Jake, I get that. But for me, Brentford weren't even brilliant.
No, they weren't. But right, okay. So let me go to my next point then. In terms of realistically, this Arsenal squad, like I know Munya said that he wanted top 6, and Shalom predicted top 6. This isn't a top 6 side. Like I'm not going to try and be too toast over this because I don't care enough. But this isn't a good Arsenal side. So why are we expecting good Arsenal performances? Like let's just boil it down to that one simple fact. Like, yes, you should be beating Brentford, but this is what happens when you're an inconsistent mid-table side. That is exactly what Arsenal are, and to pretend anything otherwise right now.
And Jay, this is what I always ask. I know some people always say football's not played on paper, but sometimes it is. If you go through that team player for player and ask which one of those players gets in a top 6, top 7 side, you're picking Saka, and that is about it. Maybe Tierney too.
And exactly.
You're picking 2 players.
I want to piggyback what off you man are saying. Like year after year, right now at Arsenal, there's like 2 things. Basically, in the window, we're not doing not necessarily the right business, but we're not bringing in the right personnel that we need. Right. First of all, and second of all, it always seems rushed. Like this year. If I'm Arteta, Edu, and all these guys, like I'm getting our business done way before than to wait for August the 13th or whenever. We know we need a striker. We know we need right backs. We know we need all of this. And it's not been done. It's like we don't learn. It's just like the year when Wenger let Fabregas go and then decides to sign Mertesacker, whoever it was, all on the last day of the season. Like, why don't you prepare? Like,
but there's been a change though with Edu, and there has been a change.
Look,
Surely,
look. Someone put in perspective the other day. We spent 105 million on a left back that's coming in to sit on the bench. Yeah, Lokonga, fair enough. But he's not gonna. That's not what Arteta's gonna go with the whole season.
You reckon? He's good, man. He looks all right.
I think if Partey's fit, he's gonna
play bench
again. And again, at the end of last season, we said Xhaka is going to be on his way out, and let's get someone to replace him. That's still not happened. We know we need a 10. That's still not happened. Do you understand? So we're not prepared. So what makes us think that when the opening day of the season, that the same team from last year is going to come and do anything different?
Tabo, you know what the issue? Just piggybacking on that, it's you need players who are going to move the needle. Like speaking about other clubs, like your Uniteds, your Chelsea, your Cities, they're signing players to move the needle and to make a difference with more points to last season. Exactly what you said. Tavares, Lokonga, they're not going to make a massive difference. I see the Ben White, fair dues, but then you still need a right back. You still need a starting DM, and you probably still need a number 9. So
exactly my point. But that's what I mean, that Arsenal have not done business to have any of us to answer Andy's initial question of why we felt a certain way before. There was nothing to shout about.
But just to play devil's advocate, don't you think that that all can't happen at once?
It's not about happening at once, Charles. What I'm saying is plan. So, for instance, I gave the Aston Villa, example last week, where I said these men knew that Grealish was going, and this is why they did their business early. Got Bendir in, then what's his name, the Donny from the Bundesliga, Bailey, and then they got Ings, just like that, before he'd gone. So they're already preparing for life after him. And this is what Arsenal don't do. We don't prepare for life after whatever or what is needed in the interim. We don't do that. We leave it to chance. And then if it goes well, then all right, it's fine. Yang will continue. Or, we're going to rush to sign. And then we end up signing shits again. It's just a cycle.
Speaking of Yang, to be honest, obviously, recent news broke out that him and Lacazette might get sold. Ramsdale has still not officially been confirmed. I think.
Ramsdale's not even going to be confirmed. Nothing been agreed, bro.
Nothing been agreed. Oh, I thought it's been agreement there because there was noise.
Cancel that.
Say no more. All right, Mitch. Then, is there any other news that we are waiting from the Arsenal camp?
Well, apparently the Maddison deal is still in the works. It's not been.
So Ramsdale's cancelled, but Maddison's in the works.
No, not in the works. What they've said was a good source.
Mitch is hearing this.
AFC Bales, he's one of the sources, main ones from last year. He's the one that done the Partey deal.
The one that writes in Arab. Yeah, you might translate, yeah.
Yeah. He said yesterday that the Maddison deal isn't off the books. It's not been. They haven't told the Maddison camp that it's off. That is still a possibility. And he said that's coming off the reports that obviously Odegaard is now going for, it said between 30 to 40 million because he wasn't in the squad for Madrid on the weekend. And obviously that he's going to be surplus to requirements for Madrid. I don't know what Ancelotti's probably season him, but I don't think you're going to see Odegaard, playing at the Bernabeu for long. And anyway, I don't think so anyway.
So you reckon it's going to be Odegaard instead of Maddison for that?
I
10?
personally think it's going to be Odegaard because we're broke, bro. We ain't got money.
That Maddison thing, is it? Does he want to go to Arsenal? Is he an Arsenal fan?
I heard he wants to come.
He actually does because he's obviously spoken to the campus that he wants to move, but he doesn't want to force a move. So he doesn't want to hand in a transfer request. He doesn't want to do all of that. But
so that Wenger tax is still there, yeah?
Basically, no. What it is just whether we can afford him, whether we want willing to put 60 mil down for Maddison, and I don't think we're going to do that. So I think what's going to happen is we're going to go for the cheaper option, a player that's already played for us, and he's knows the players, knows the ground, knows everything, and it'll be Odegaard.
To be fair, that's what I find mad about you lot because you're dropping 50 M's on Ben White, but for me, I would rather pay 60 M's for Maddison than 50 M's for Ben White. I think
Bro,
I think a
Maddison's
centre
definitely
back
more
was
proven.
key for them as well. But then it was just Ben White in it. But
the
I don't
person
know.
that does the transfer is on holiday. Like our club is a shambles. Edu right now is chilling on the beach. The club is in turmoil. I'm
For me, yeah, another example for you, man, yeah, is like what's getting me livid right now is Man City, yeah, have tabled a bid for Kane, right, and he's got rejected. And as a contingency, they've actually got 150 million on the side, ready to just, go all out when they need to, right? But they don't want to. They're trying to negotiate to get a lower price. And this is not what Arsenal are doing at all. Like we're just not. Like, there's no intent with anything. Like, 1 week you hear about we're linked with fucking 100 players. It's just annoying. It's like, let's get the players and get them training.
Clearly signs of frustration from Shambaz there, smacking tables and that.